All right. Casino Royale. So, Casino Royale, the dynamic that I'm talking about is when you have a task or something you're trying to achieve, and there's a low margin of error, and you're actually working uphill. Now, I mark this akin to dating and dating relationships or in the dating market. A lot of times, men are playing Casino Royale because the women are looking for indications of weakness and indications of lower status, and the male is put in a crucible of sorts in every interaction with the women he's interested in, and he's kind of faced with a situation where now it doesn't really matter when. um, a lot of the men, they're in a position where they're starving for affection and love, and they're not they have to hide the fact that they are in a deficit. And, kind of like a poker player, you have to hide your doubts, your anxiousness behind a poker face. You have to have that iron steel look where nothing phases you. And, it's funny because a lot of times, a lot of guys complain that the margin of error for women is very low. For example, if you show too much interest, if you over pursue things like that, a lot of times that can be it. That can be all she wrote, and that's kind of the nature of it. It's very high stakes. There's a very low margin of error, and oftentimes this is the second part of the dynamic. Um, Oftentimes, when you get the thing that you wanted, it you finally get the thing you wanted. It actually see that's the point where a lot of guys end up messing up, and their egos get the better of them, and then they end up losing. Now, this also pertains to just in general in life when you have your Casino Royale moment, and when preparation meets opportunity. Now, the thing about Casino Royale is it's invitational, so you don't just get there randomly. It's not just something you can show up to and then you play the game. No, it's an invitation only. So, for the sake of this example, when you're going up to a woman and you're approaching her, or let's just say she shows interest in you, um, uh, in this particular scenario, that's kind of the invitation. Is when she's showing choosing signals, and she's showing that she's interested. Then it's up to you to play, to hold certain cards back and to throw in certain chips and kind of play the full game. But in this particular case, this would be for a man who this would be for a person who is at their wits end. They haven't had much luck, and they just put all their chips in. I mean, they've been starving for whatever it is they want and for whatever goal they're trying to get. They haven't seen results in years, months, weeks, things like that. Um, but then, um, yeah. So this would be a person who goes all in. They put all their chips in, and they give their best poker face, and they are hedging their bets. They're trying to not make any mistakes best they can. And you can really relate this to anything. But I chose to focus on the dating aspect of things because a lot of times things become very easy. They can seem to become very easy after you get what you want, but then that is a time where people should become more aware and should focus on, game two. Kind of like in NFL, you have players who they'll run and they'll catch the ball, and then they'll get to the end zone, but then they'll showboat right at the end. And some of them will get tackled or they'll fumble the ball. But then also, let's just say they win the game and they have a lot of points. The next game, a lot of times you can lose focus on the next game, and you could end up getting clothesline. and missing a whole lot of points and losing the second game because you were too busy focusing on the after party after the first game, and then you kind of lost your focus. Meanwhile, the other people in the locker rooms, they were just waiting for you to slip up. The other guys on the other team, they were just waiting for you to slip up, for you to get a big head, and then they trucked you. So, you know, Casino Royale.